How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 22. We are 3 games into this new season, and it's hard to imagine it going any better for us. We had 3 convincing victories on the road to open the season, and now we get to return home to Ford Field for our home opener here against our division rivals, the Minnesota Vikings. I think this is easily our toughest matchup yet, and if you remember back to last season, the Minnesota Vikings blew us out. But I don't think our 3-0 record thus far is a fluke. We haven't been relying on any one player. Instead, we've managed to get contributions from every area of our roster and our depth chart. We've seen the offense step up and make big plays, we've seen the defense play incredibly solid football, and we've seen big plays on special teams as well. So while we might be outmatched on paper, I'm feeling pretty good heading into week 4 here as this goes deep to Kingy Wangu, who will take a knee in the end zone for a touchback. And with the retirement of Aaron Rodgers, Captain Kirk Cousins is now the oldest quarterback in the NFC North. I'm interested in seeing how long Minnesota sticks with number 8 in this series. He signed an extension with them this past season, so he's still in purple. But it's a pretty strong quarterback class in this upcoming draft class, so I'm curious to see if the Vikings start thinking ahead to the future. And there's the first touch of the day for Dalvin Cook, moving the chains to the 35-yard line. And on first down, they'll try Dalvin Cook to the left, and he will shove away D'Angelo Carmichael before he's tackled by Sean Dean Hamilton. It's been a little bit of a difficult start to the season for Dalvin Cook. Less than 200 rushing yards through the first 3 games, but he is a multi-dimensional threat, and he shows great patience on this first down carry to pick up 8 yards and a fresh set of downs for the Vikings. Thielen and Jefferson line up right on 3rd and 1. CJ Ham in the game. And Dalvin Cook will try the left side, but he is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. It's Devin Woodson and Romeo Okwara combining to make the stop on 3rd down. And instead of punt, the Vikings will send out Quinn Nordin for a 60-yard field goal attempt indoors. Left hash, kick is up, but it is well shy, and the Lions will take over with excellent field position to start their first drive, with the ball right on the midfield stripe. So Bob Harrison will start his day under center. DeAndre Swift in the backfield, and Harrison will head to the air, waits and fires to TJ Hawkinson, who breaks through a tackle to the 38. 1st and 10, now 2nd and 6 for the Lions with the ball on the 35. Harrison will head to the air again, this time on 2nd down, and he will fire short for Quintez Cephas, who has another Lions first down inside the 30. 2 tight ends for Harrison on 2nd and 8. He's under center. Play action to Swift. Harrison buys time, fires to the right sideline for Hawkinson, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 3. So it takes just a couple of plays for the Lions to make it 1st and goal. And Bob Harrison will line up under center. 3 wide receivers on the left side of the formation. DeAndre Swift alone back, 1st and goal. Hand off Swift. He is met, but they say he's in for the touchdown. And just like that, Detroit takes an early 7-0 lead. And at first I thought he didn't get in, but replays do confirm that the ball crossed the goal line before his knee touched the ground. So DeAndre Swift's 5th rushing touchdown on the season gives the Lions a 7-point lead here midway through the first quarter. And it's Kirk Cousins under center, handing off to Dalvin Cook again, who breaks a tackle and picks up about 5. Now 3rd and 1 as the Lions defense tries again to make a stop on 3rd and short. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Dalvin Cook ducks through traffic, and this time he will not be denied the first down. Already 7 carries for number 33 as he is seeing a lot of touches early in this one. They'll bring the fullback CJ Ham onto the field for 2nd and 7. Cousins under center. Play action all day for Cousins. Now he fires downfield. There's Irv Smith at the 30. And that right there is what worries me about this Minnesota Vikings offense. They can run the ball as well as any team in the league, and you've got guys like Irv Smith, Adam Thielen, and Justin Jefferson who can make plays down the field. And now Jefferson hauls it inside the 10-yard line down to the 8. His first catch makes it goal to go Vikings with just over 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. First and goal. Minnesota under center, handoff. Cook, who is met about the 7-yard line. Nice stop there. Second and goal. Two high safeties for the Lions, as it's Alexander Madison in the game. And Madison will get the call, trying the left side, but he is wrapped up at the 6 by Alex Anzalone. Third and goal, Minnesota. Cousins again in the shotgun. Dalvin Cook checking back into the game. Lions rush 4, and Adam Thielen will have the catch. Touchdown Minnesota as he cleanly beats Amani Oruwariye for the score and will even this one at 7 apiece. So neither team struggles to move the ball here early in the first quarter. The stage could be set for a dramatic finish here in Detroit as Bob Harrison is under center. 2nd and 5. He will hand off to DeAndre Swift, who fights his way through contact to the 35. Nice carry there, right up the middle of this Minnesota defense, as Detroit will look to continue their drive. Here's another 2nd and 5. Harrison, with time, fires short to the left side, and there's a catch for Swift at the 41-yard line. Short gain, and it's 3rd and 4. Harrison from the shotgun against a 4-man rush. Feeling the pressure, ditches it for Swift, but is off the mark. And now Detroit will have to punt at the end of the first quarter, and Minnesota will get the ball back. They'll bring out the punter Jack Fox, sending this one deep to a waiting Kini Wangu, who will take a fair catch, and this takes a very Detroit bounce down to the 7, where it is touched down by Dante Clark. And as we head into the second quarter, we have the makings of a very good football game here. 7-all is your score, and the Vikings will start on their own 7-yard line. Single high safety look for the Lions. A quick throw to Irv Smith will get something out of nothing. He'll pick up 8 yards on first down, and that will lead to a 3rd and 1. C.J. Ham in the game on 3rd down, and Cook will follow his fullback to the left side. He runs through D'Angelo Carmichael and picks up a first down. Not often we see those kind of stiff arms, but Dalvin Cook just leaves the rookie middle linebacker in the dust. And now on first down, Cook sheds another tackle and picks up 6 to the left side before he's tackled by D'Angelo Carmichael. Minnesota continuing their drive, leaning heavily on Dalvin Cook. They'll try him again, 1st and 10 from the 31, and he will look for the edge before he's knocked out of bounds after a gain of 9. Minnesota will continue to push the ball on the ground, now trying Alexander Madison to the left side. He gets a block, and Madison will have 9 yards into Detroit territory. So a lot of runs to start the day for Minnesota, and more importantly, they are working as Dalvin Cook checks back in and picks up another Minnesota first down to the Detroit 45-yard line. Just one target for Justin Jefferson thus far as they give this to Cook again. He already has 16 carries, and we've just passed the halfway point in the second quarter. And on 2nd down, they'll go back to Dalvin again, and once again he will reward their faith with another first down. Now 1st and 10. Play action for Cousins as he goes to the air, and he will fire it short for Dalvin Cook, who ducks out of bounds after a gain of 3. And Cousins is going to want that read back. He missed Justin Jefferson wide open down the middle of the field. Instead of 7 points, it's 2nd and 7. And they'll try Madison to the left side, who will have another Minnesota first down to the 25 as they are chewing up both clock and yards as they march down the field. This drive started on their own 7-yard line as Dalvin Cook gets a lane, and he will have that one down to the 9, already close to 100 yards on 18 carries here today, and it's goal to go Minnesota. Single high safety look from the Lions on 2nd and goal. Madison trying the right side, and he fights through contact in for the touchdown. Alexander Madison caps off a long touchdown drive, and he would not be stopped on his way to the end zone there. And Minnesota takes a 14-7 lead with a 16-play, 93-yard drive. And this is going to be a long game for this defense if they can't get some stops against the run. They were on the field for a long time, and now it's up to the offense, starting just their third drive of the game, to maybe try and buy their defense some time to rest as well. There's a nice conversion on 2nd and 1. First down, Harrison looking downfield for Amon-Ra St. Brown, who has it at the Minnesota 41-yard line. Nice catch there with Harrison Smith draped all over him, and it's 1st and 10 Detroit inside Minnesota territory. And on 1st and 10, the Lions will head back to their ground game. There's a nice carry for DeAndre Swift, and it's 1st and 10 Detroit at the 27. 4 wide receivers on the field for the Lions here. 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Hairston fires short, and that's intercepted. It's Eric Kendricks, and he's had a reputation as one of the best coverage middle linebackers in the game, as Minnesota's defense gets the first big play of the day. So now the Vikings with 2.5 minutes to go, 3 timeouts in their pocket, and Dalvin Cook to lean on will try and extend their 7-point lead. That's carry number 20 for Cook, who picks up 4, and he's in the game on 2nd and 6. Cousins with a short drop. Thielen and Jefferson are covered, and down goes Cousins. It's the nose tackle, Aleem McNeil, bringing him down back at the 22, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning as Minnesota faces a 3rd and 12. Detroit secondary playing off. They'll give it to Cook, who will have the first down on the draw play. And to add insult to injury, Will Harris is shaken up on that play, and it's Detroit who both loses their starting free safety and are forced to use a timeout to stop the clock for the Vikings. So Harris is done for the day with a dislocated shoulder, which will put James Winter into the spotlight at free safety. And he will face a difficult test here, as the Vikings have no shortage of weapons through the air, as Dalvin Cook gets another touch to make it 3rd and 1. Clock inside 1 minute. Minnesota still with all 3 timeouts. Cousins waits, fires short, and Carmichael is there. And Detroit spends their 2nd timeout as Cook did not convert. So a chance for the Lions with 46 seconds and 1 timeout to try and drive down the field here. 1st and 10 from their own 30. Quick pass to Keegan Darby will pick up 12 and stop the clock as the speedy wide receiver ducks out of bounds at the 42. 1 play later, it's 2nd and 10. 34 seconds on the clock. Harrison back to pass. Against a 5-man rush, he's got time. Fires short for Cephas. That will keep the clock running, and Detroit hurries back to the line. 13 seconds to go. Can they get one more play off? And with 10 seconds, they snap the ball. Harrison, well protected, fires short for Cephas, who's going to duck out of bounds at the 43-yard line, preserving the timeout and setting up a 60-yard field goal attempt for Austin Siebert. And you don't have anything really to lose here. Minnesota's not in a kick return formation, and I think a Hail Mary has an even less chance of success as Siebert steps into this one, 60 yards, and it is good. A career long for Austin Siebert will make it 14-10, and I think we found the extent of his range here. Indoors, perfect kicking conditions, and he just clears the crossbar. So with the exception of the interception, our offense is playing pretty well. Our defense has been gashed on the ground, but now they'll get a rest over the halftime period here as we take a look at our next 2 opponents. We take on the 0-3 Philadelphia Eagles next week, followed by the 3-0 Green Bay Packers. And it's an early advantage for Green Bay. They're up 14-3 in that one, as the Lions will look to complete a comeback here against the Vikings. Both offenses are moving the ball fairly well, but Minnesota is moving the ball well on the ground. They had 142 first half rushing yards, and they're winning the time of possession by a 2-1 margin. So we're going to need to make sure that our offense does a good job extending drives and giving our defense a rest here. And we do start the second half with the football after receiving the opening kickoff. So here's a 2nd and 5 for Bob Harrison. He's under center, and a short pass will head to Quintez Cephas, who races up the left side for a gain of about 11 and a first down. Harrison 10 of 14 for just over 100 yards. He did have that interception to Eric Kendricks earlier in the game, but has otherwise played well. And Jamal Williams will have a nice carry up the middle. He's got 3 carries for 21 yards now on the day, as the Lions are inside Minnesota territory with under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Harrison off of play action will check it short for Amon-Ra St. Brown, and this drive has potential as they are now inside field goal range with the ball on the 28. And we haven't seen this formation much. 4 tight ends if you count Jason Kabinda. Harrison taking a shot, and he's got Dexter Allen for the touchdown. His first career touchdown reception could not have come at a better time, as the Detroit Lions will take the lead on that touchdown pass. And this is just a nice route run by Allen. Gets over the top of the cornerback in cover 2 and finds the space underneath the safety zone along the sideline to give the Lions a 17-14 lead on an impressive 7-play, 77-yard drive to open the second half. That will, of course, give way to Dalvin Cook in this Vikings offense. He's got over 100 yards in the first half on 21 carries, and he's in the game on 2nd and 4. Cousins is under center, and the handoff will go to Dalvin Cook, but he is met by a couple of Lions, including rookie defensive tackle Tyrell Williams, getting some good penetration there, and it's 3rd and 4. Cousins switching up the formation at the line of scrimmage. 4-man rush. Cousins over the middle. And Adam Thielen has that midfield. Amani Owari saying, what can you do against catches like that? It's 1st and 10 Vikings at the midfield stripe. The fullback C.J. Ham is in the game, and they'll run a counter to the left side. Dalvin Cook again, trying to fight away from D'Angelo Carmichael. He'll pick up 9 yards, and Vikings shortly thereafter convert. 1st and 10 on the 39. Cousins back to pass. He will fire over the middle for Osborne, and that one is hauled in. But this one is actually coming back. I thought they'd get us for a face mask there, but they get Olisimaka Udo for the hold, and it will be 1st and 20 back at the 49. We've not seen much of the Vikings passing attack here so far, but Cousins will head to the air on 1st and 20, and down he goes. Devin Woodson turning Udo into a turnstile and dropping Cousins for a 7-yard loss to force 2nd and 27. This is a big start for the Lions defense trying to get a stop here. And Cousins, with time, drifts back in the pocket. Finally fires downfield for Irv Smith, who breaks a tackle, turns back upfield, and that will make it 3rd and 12. So a gain of 15 on 2nd down, 3rd and 12. Lions still with a chance to get off the field here. Cousins back to pass, fires short, and that's off the hands of Osborne. And with a little bit of luck, the Lions get the stop, and now Minnesota will send out the field goal unit again. They missed from 60. This one from 58 will have the distance, but not the accuracy. As this one, say it with me, Vikings fans, is wide left. Perhaps the Vikings are a little too optimistic about their recent change in kicker, as Quinn Norden has now misfired twice from very long range. And the Lions once again have good field position following the turnover on downs. On 2nd down, Harrison firing for a well-covered Quintez Cephas, who somehow hauls it in to make it 3rd and 1. Harrison shows trust in his 3rd-year wide receiver, and now we trust in Jamal Williams on 3rd and short, as he will pick up the 1st down to the 40-yard line. After that conversion, the Lions are on the edge of field goal range here. 2nd and 5 from the 34. Harrison rolling outside the pocket, firing short for Hawkinson, who might have the first down, and they will give it to him. Looked like Allen was open down the field, maybe for another touchdown pass, but it's 1st and 10, and Harrison is well off the mark, looking in the direction of Williams. But Danielle Hunter is hurt, and that will lead to a 3rd and 5 without the Vikings' best pass rusher on the field. And the pass in the direction of Dexter Allen is off the mark. And what's worse is that Harrison had 6 if he'd looked a little bit further down the field. Instead, that will bring on Austin Siebert for a 41-yard attempt, and he splits the uprights for a 6-point Detroit lead with just over 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Cousins out of the offset pistol will hand off to Madison, who's got a lane and one man to beat. And it's James Winter with the touchdown-saving tackle as Minnesota's ground game continues to run the ball very effectively. Now 2nd and 1, we're likely to see a lot of Madison for the rest of today's game as Dalvin Cook has already received a bunch of touches, and Mount Madison goes over 50 yards on just 9 carries as we head into the 4th quarter with the Lions clinging to a 6-point lead. With the way this one is going, it wouldn't surprise me if the last team to have the ball would win. As Cousins will start the 4th quarter in the shotgun, Madison to his left. 4-man rush firing to the left side, and Osborne has it at the 26 through tight coverage by Sean Francois. Minnesota looking to take the lead here. 9.5 minutes to go. Quick pass to Madison, and he will be dragged down at the 19 by D'Angelo Carmichael. That will set up a 3rd and 3. C.J. Ham in the game. They'll give the ball to Madison, who will have the first down. He needed 3. He got 4. And the Vikings drive will continue. Now inside the 10-yard line, Jefferson and Thielen, the wide receivers. Play action for Cousins. Rolls to his left. Fires short for Smith, who is well covered by Dalton Logan at the line of scrimmage. It makes it 3rd and 4. 3 wide receivers right, Irv Smith to the left, Cousins in the shotgun, Madison out of the backfield. Cousins with time, fires to Madison, who will have the first down, and it's goal to go Minnesota at the 4-yard line. In the offset pistol again, C.J. Ham to his right, Alexander Madison in the game. This is Kini Wangu falling ahead to the 2-yard line, and now Madison will check in on 2nd and goal. Lions looking for a goal line stand. Madison tries the right side, and he is in for the touchdown. Minnesota poised to take the lead, but they're suffering another injury here. The right guard, Udo, with the key block on D'Angelo Carmichael, goes down to the ground with an injury there. But Minnesota will take a 21-20 lead after another long drive. That one 12 plays, 75 yards, and of course ending with a short Alexander Madison touchdown. The pressure's back on this Detroit offense to start moving the ball, and here's a swing pass to Deshaun Stevenson, who will fall ahead for the first, taking the hit from Xavier Woods and moving the sticks for the Lions. They'll make it 1st and 10. Clock continuing to run. Hand off DeAndre Swift, and he's got a lane up the middle. And he's tackled by Harrison Smith at the 48-yard line. Just 10 carries for Swift, as he's got 71 yards and a touchdown here today. They'll bring Jamal Williams into the game. And Harrison, with time, takes a deep shot for Kirk. And excellent coverage downfield. We'll knock that one away. 3rd and 6 with 5.5 minutes to go. Harrison firing over the middle. He'll have Quintez Cephas into Minnesota territory down to the 37. Nice catch in traffic by the 3rd-year wide receiver. He is the Lions' leading receiver here today, and it's 1st and 10 at the 37. Screen pass set up for Stevenson with blockers in front. He is ridden out of bounds after a gain of 5, and that will make it 3rd and 5. 3 wide receivers left for Harrison. T.J. Hawkinson isolated to the right. Single high safety look for the Vikings. And the pass. Amon-Ra St. Brown just gets in ahead of the coverage. And the drive will continue. Over 300 total yards for the Lions in today's game. 1st and 10 at the 25. Hairston, play action, takes a shot to the end zone looking to beat cover 2, but that is incomplete. That'll make it 3rd down. We're under the 4-minute mark. Hairston back to pass. Fires short for Hawkinson, who cannot pick up the 1st down. A strong tackle by Emmanuel Mosley will bring out the field goal unit as the Lions are unable to keep their drive alive. Austin Siebert, 34 yards left hash. He is good again. And the Lions lead by 2 with 3.5 minutes to go. The question is, can they get a stop on this Vikings offense, which has moved the ball very well here against them today? Cousins will head to the air on 2nd and 6, and there's a Justin Jefferson sighting. It's in crunch time like this that you figure out who your playmakers are, and JJ is definitely one of them. 1st and 10 Minnesota from the 43. Cousins back to pass. He's got all day to throw. Fires short for Thielen, and that will pick up about 5, and that will also take us to the 2-minute warning. Minnesota only needs a field goal to take the lead here, and if they're smart, they can drain some clock along with it. 5 wide for Cousins on 2nd down. He'll fire short. There's Jefferson with lots of separation, and he's tackled at the 42 as Cousins goes over 200 yards on the day. Minnesota now hurrying back to the line. Lions not looking ready for this, and Jefferson has it at the 25. And they'll spot it at the 26. Minnesota going once again back to the line. Detroit trying to get set. Cousins firing downfield, and Thielen is wide open for the touchdown. Blown coverage by this Detroit defense, and Minnesota takes the lead with 1:18 to go. And Thielen was wide open. And it looks like the Lions just weren't set for that, as they will take a 5-point lead here with 1:18 to go. The only question is, did they score too quickly? Detroit has all 3 timeouts and just over a minute with which to work. And it looks like Keegan Darby's going to get a chance to return this one from a couple yards deep in his end zone. He crosses the 20 with speed, and he's wrapped up right at the 25. So no gain and 3 seconds off the clock, as now Bob Harrison will be tasked with leading a 4th quarter comeback. 1st and 10 from the 25. Harrison back to pass. Looking up the left sideline. There's Christian Kirk out of bounds at the 47. He's been silent all day today. That is his first catch, but it's 22 big yards up the left sideline, and it will stop the clock with 1:11 to go. Harrison back to pass again. He's got time firing now to the right sideline, and Quintez Cephas has it inside Minnesota territory to the 36. Still with 3 timeouts, that will stop the clock. 4 wide receivers on the field for the Lions. Harrison out of the shotgun. The running back is in to protect. Harrison will take a shot over the middle. There's Keegan Darby at the 12. Let's go Detroit, as Keegan Darby's 25-yard reception will set up 1st and 10 from the 12. Lions with all 3 timeouts. They will stop the clock with 35 seconds to go after a short 3-yard pass to DeAndre Swift that will make it 2nd and 7. Hairston looking to the end zone, and TJ Hawkinson has it. Detroit is back on top with 30 seconds to go. What a comeback by the Lions, capped off by a 9-yard touchdown pass from Bob Hairston to TJ Hawkinson. And that's a pairing we all had high expectations for this season, and it pays off for the Lions as Hairston engineers a huge touchdown drive now for the 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. And Hairston will throw for this one against the blitz. No one's open, and that is incomplete. As we are not done just yet here in Detroit. Minnesota with 30 seconds and all 3 timeouts. They need to hit a field goal, which has eluded them thus far in today's game. Corners playing off on 1st and 10. Cousins back to pass. fires short for Madison, who is taken down by Sean Francois after a gain of 1. Minnesota forced to use their first timeout, 2nd and 9. Cousins, pocket collapsing, and down he goes. Romeo Okwara beats the right tackle O'Neal, and Cousins is a sitting duck in the pocket. It's 3rd and 19. Minnesota with just 1 timeout. Cousins fires short for Osborne. Come on, man. You need some big yards and you need to stop the clock. Now it's 4th and 10 and you're out of timeouts. Cousins fires to the right side, but he's tackled in bounds. And the clock will run out on Minnesota as Mike Zimmer mismanages the clock once again. And your Detroit Lions improve to 4-0 after a comeback victory against the Minnesota Vikings. And I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that this came down to a 1-point difference and a couple of 2-minute drill scoring drives. But wow, was that an excellent game, especially at the end. Bob Harrison led the biggest and most clutch touchdown drive of his career thus far. He had a great day for us here today. He did miss a couple of reads downfield, but that's on me and not on him. He keeps pace with Captain Kirk Cousins and throws for 2 touchdown passes and 280 yards, including the game-winning score here today. After the game was over, I found myself going back and watching that 2-minute drive a couple of times. Harrison looked unfazed in leading the team down the field, and he made big throw after big throw. It's a tall order to ask your rookie quarterback to lead a comeback drive with less than 80 seconds on the clock, but that was nothing short of masterful. All in all, I think our offense played good enough to win here today. We moved the ball well when we had it, and I think the only big knock on our offense is that we lost the time of possession battle because some of our early drives did not chew up a lot of clock. Our defense ended up playing a lot of today's game, and you can see that in the post-game stats, as D'Angelo Carmichael has 17 total tackles. Our defense definitely wasn't perfect here. We did give up a lot of yards on the ground to both Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison, but that came at the expense of Minnesota's passing attack, which is more or less held in check. Cousins did complete 90% of his passes, but he wasn't taking deep shots down the field and more or less played a conservative game when I expected the likes of Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen to run all around our secondary. We also got big plays at the right time from our defensive line. Devin Woodson had a sack and a big tackle for loss, and of course Romeo Okwara with that big sack on 2nd down, which put Minnesota way behind the 6 as they tried to drive into field goal range. Minnesota's missed field goals also came back to haunt them, as we scored 10 points off of their missed field goals, and that ends up being a 16-point swing in a game that was decided by just 1 point. So if they hit those, who knows how today's outcome might change. Speaking of field goals, the 60-yard field goal that Austin Siebert hit just before halftime also ended up being very important. I honestly didn't know if he'd have the leg strength to hit from 60, but now we know that going forward if we ever find ourselves in a similar situation. So we have an exciting win here against the Vikings to improve to 4-0 on the season. And if I had to find one word to describe our victory here, it would be clutch. It wasn't exactly a convincing win over the Vikings, but we got big plays when we needed them from all 3 of our units. The offense, defense, and special teams all chipped in, as quarterback Bob Harrison acknowledges after the game. You love to see a player like him coming into the league and showing a team-first mentality despite his big role in our victory here today. And it ends up being a big victory for the team as everybody earns 2,500 experience, which means the next several minutes of this video is me upgrading players. So instead of comments on all of the upgrades that are happening in the background, I will let you enjoy those while I talk about the team. Because I did not see a 4-0 start coming, and this team continues to surprise and impress me. Minnesota is probably the most difficult team that we've faced to this point in the season, and we still managed to come away with a victory. We are by no means a complete team, but a 4-0 start to begin the regular season is going to turn a lot of heads. I know that I've been surprised by how the team has been playing through the first quarter of the season. I definitely think we're punching above our weight at this point, but we've also had a little bit of a softer schedule, and if we were playing teams like the Vikings every week, we might be 2-2 instead of 4-0. That being said, our strong start to the season has us in good position to maybe push for a playoff spot, which I personally didn't think would happen until year 3 at the earliest. I know I've said this before, but I didn't think we did enough over the first offseason in this series to make such a drastic change to the team, and I was expecting another difficult season. But at this point, we have reached our goal for victories on the season, and I'm content to ride this momentum as far as it can take us. We're seeing both the offense and the defense play with confidence and swagger. Bob Harrison has played nearly mistake-free football for us, and I think he's playing above his ratings right now, while D'Angelo Carmichael, Devin Woodson, and Sean Francois have upgraded each level of our defense. And the exciting thing is that these players have a long ways to grow. We don't even know Woodson or Carmichael's dev trait just yet, and I'm guessing that Bob Harrison might be able to make it to star development by the end of the year if he keeps this up. All in all, our recent success here has painted a favorable picture for the team going forward, while also underscoring some areas that we can still grow as a team. I do want to continue investing in our offensive line. Halapulivati Vaitai and Taylor Decker are getting older, so it's better to start planning sooner rather than later for their eventual regression. I know we can get the ball to Christian Kirk with a lot more frequency, and I'm not opposed to adding more talent at wide receiver, as Amon-Ra St. Brown has been difficult for me to target. On defense, I'd like to develop our pass rushers and add a number 1 cornerback, and maybe find another 3-down middle linebacker to play opposite D'Angelo Carmichael. But lest we get too far ahead of ourselves, I should say that I think the focus for this season has changed. At first it was see what our rookies can do and develop them as much as possible. Now I think it's going to be to see how far they can take us. And our next game is against the struggling Philadelphia Eagles. They are 0-4 to start the season, and they're missing their top 2 players to injuries in Brandon Brooks and Fletcher Cox. That, along with the disparities in the team's record, have us actually favored to win a game for the first time in a while here, as we take on Jalen Hurts, who is fighting for his job right now in the wake of the Eagles drafting Stephen Knowles early in the first round of this most recent NFL draft. So that is all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our hard-fought victory here today. And like always, I'll catch you next time. Have a good one, everybody.